Transnational crimes are criminal activities that extend beyond national borders, involving individuals or groups operating across geographical boundaries. Example of transnational crimes: drug trafficking. The illegal production, distribution, and sale of drugs across international borders is a major form of transnational crime. It involves complex networks of individuals and organizations operating in multiple countries. Human trafficking. This involves the recruitment, transportation, harboring, or exploitation of individuals for forced labor or sexual exploitation. It is a global problem with victims often being transported across borders. Arms smuggling. The illegal transfer of weapons and ammunition across national borders is a significant threat to global security. It can fuel conflicts, destabilize regions, and undermine peace efforts.
Money laundering. This involves concealing the origins of illegally obtained funds by moving them through a series of transactions and accounts in different countries. It helps criminals legitimate their profits and evade detection. Yes, because these criminals often hold high social status and some government officials engage in corruption by misappropriating public funds. So, cybercrime. This is a widespread issue today. The use of computer networks and technology to commit crimes across borders, such as hijacking, fraud, and identity theft, is a growing concern. Cybercriminals exploit the interconnectedness of digital worlds to target victims globally. Environmental crime. These are illegal activities that harm the environment, such as illegal logging, wild trafficking, and pollution. Often transactional implication, they can severely impact ecosystems, biodiversity, and natural resources across borders.
Terrorism. Acts of violence intended to intimidate or coerce governments or civilians often involve planning and coordination across borders. It poses a significant threat and international security and stability. Counterfeiting. The production and distribution of fake goods, such as counterfeit medicines, clothing, and electronics, is a lucrative business for criminal organizations. It can harm consumers, undermine legitimate businesses, and impact of global economies. People smuggling. The illegal transportation of people across borders for profit, often exploiting vulnerable individuals seeking a better life or escaping persecution. It can involve dangerous journeys and expose individuals to exploitation and abuse.
Challenges in combating transnational crime. Jurisdictional limitation. Law enforcement agencies often face challenges in pursuing criminals who operate across borders, as their authority is typically limited to their own country. Legal differences. Variation in law and regulation between countries can create loopholes that criminals exploit. Data sharing issues. Sharing sensitive information between nations for investigation purposes can be complicated due to privacy laws and data protection policies. Resource constraints. Combating transnational crime requires significant resources, including funding, personnel, and technology, which may be limited in some countries.
Global initiatives against transnational crime. United Nations Convention Against Transnational Organized Crime or UNTOC. This international treaty provides a framework for cooperation between countries to combat organized crime. The International Crime Police Organization facilitates cooperation between law enforcement agencies around the world. Financial Action Task Force or FATF. This intergovernmental organization sets standards for combating money laundering and terrorist financing.
The Philippines is particularly vulnerable to several transnational crimes due to its geographical location, economic factors, and social conditions. Other transnational crimes prevalent in the Philippines include arms smuggling, wildlife trafficking, and maritime piracy. The Philippine government has been actively working to combat this crime through legislation, law enforcement initiatives, and international cooperation. However, the country still faces significant challenges in effectively addressing these issues.